colors matching on our faces. Two sides of the same coin, except it's like the heads are joined. Just as though you turn tail and run.
Good morning. What up? What it do? What it is? Welcome aboard. Welcome to our apothecary of fine gaming and esports here at twitch.tv/heavycura and youtube.com/Curaga. What up? What's up, Venom Hope? How's it going, buddy? I have to curate this playlist because I need to make sure that it's bangers only, because sometimes we get some sleepy tunes and it's not a right fit for the start of the stream, so we got to fix that. I'm trying to wake my PSP up. Success. All right, cool. I have audio. I got things. I got a camera. What up? What up? What up? What up? How's it going? All right. What were we doing last time? It was... we started the Edward chapter. Finished Porum. Started Edward. What has happened so far? This was all on the PSP. Yeah. This is all on the... I know my camera is smaller at the moment, but it's all on the PSP. This is the best version of this game, as far as I can tell. I haven't played the mobile phone one, which I think exists maybe, and like there's like maybe a 3DS one. I'm not entirely sure. But this is the one that I looked at, and it is better looking, and everything I've read is like it's the best version. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. This is the Final Fantasy IV collection, because it also came with Final Fantasy IV, and then there's like a little in-between story that we did, and it wasn't very interesting, but we did it. Edward is king of Demacian, and the meteor fell, and he's almost broke because he's spending all of his money trying to rebuild other nations, and Harley is his secretary, and that's it. That's all that's happened so far. An emissary from Baron showed up, Baron being Cecil's kingdom. Cecil is more than likely mind controlled at the moment, and was like, yo, don't look into the meteor. That's it. And then he left, and we were like, oh, okay, well, we already did. And now Edward's like, I'm gonna go visit Cecil. That's what we're doing. So we gotta go this underground waterway to try to get over to Cecil. And I think we already were in this dungeon earlier with a different character. So that's your recap. So now we are gonna get to the other side to figure out how to get to Baron. So that we can go see this Cecil ourselves and confirm our suspicions that something bad is happening. That's what's up. I'm starting to think that like maybe unless like I'm lacking a lot of health, it might just be better to auto attack with Edward. Just to get through things faster. So yeah, we our party is 3 random guards, the royal secretary, and the king himself, and that's what we're working with. Yeah, I think auto attacking with everyone is the way. TBH. I think that's the strat. Let's see here. Where am I going? Didn't I just come from here? Am I confused? Isn't this where I came from? No, behind the falls. Okay, gotcha. TBH for real, for real. For real, real, not for play, play. Hello? Bronze tail? What is that? Found a secret item. I might need to backtrack because I think there was another way I could have gone, so I'm probably missing treasure or something. But yeah, I think I'll switch up to singing songs once someone falls below 300 health, or we're fighting a boss, and until then, not really worry about it, because nothing here appears to be very threatening. So far. Confused. Confusion, not very useful. It's cool, except that like I'm gonna immediately auto attack something, and then it's gonna just unconfuse them, so it's kind of a waste. gained a level. Alright, so we're going the right way. Edward's looking pretty cool. I don't know how useful he is so far. He's decent. He has AoE heal, AoE protect shell, AoE haste, and sometimes nothing. Offensively, I think he AoE sleeps and silences. I guess I should try his AoE attack more often to see what else it can do. We'll give it a shot, actually. It's a great idea. Yeah, so there's silence. I think it's just silence and sleep. Yeah, there's lullaby. But maybe there's more. If he has like a stun or a paralyze, that'd be pretty sick. Can't make my way through this current, Roger. Bronze tail. What are these bronze tails that I'm finding? Oh, that was pretty easy. Okay. So sleep, silence, confuse. Confuse, AoE confuse is decent. High potion. Yeah, that's pretty great actually. Everyone already has an iron sword, do they not? They do not. Alright, so Harley can't equip those. So, Soldier A, are you the guy? Soldier A. Yeah, so it's silence, confuse, and sleep. I haven't seen anything else yet so far. My guards gain levels. This is the most action they've seen in years. It doesn't seem like Edward really does much. I'm sorry, what? May have to go down. Silence is fine. Sleep and confusion are like really useful. But those appear to be the only 3 things he does. Kind of like, yeah, it seems like he only does 3 things on defense and 3 things on offense. But it doesn't look like he can miss on offense. Because like occasionally on defense, it's like does nothing, and it's like, oh, okay. That hasn't happened yet on offense. Let's find it. Okay, so there's a treasure chest over there. Yup. Yup. 1,000 gil. I'm seeing underground. I'm seeing water. Did we find the underground waterway? We sure did. We found it at the very end of the stream last time, and then I had to save up front. We're doing the thing. Right now, we're experimenting with Edward's offense. So it appears that he can sleep, confuse, or silence. Two of which are pretty cool. Silence is obviously not useful all the time because not everything casts. But the other two are pretty rad. So we're just messing around with that at the time being. I'm gonna pick up my kids too, so I missed it. Yeah, it was the very last thing we did. Was we were in the wrong place. We were in the wrong place, and I was looking it up, and then we found it, and then I was like, all right, I gotta go. All right, that time it said no effect. So he does occasionally not do anything on offense. Also, that's kind of aggravating. I don't know why games like that, but I blame Dungeons and Dragons. He doesn't deal any damage on offense with his Bard Song, correct? So, the way that he heals, he doesn't have that. He does one of three things, none of which are damage. No damage over time, no damage in general. The only damage he does is through attack. Debuffs are strong. Debuffs are good. Did I just get another bronze tail? What the fuck? I keep getting these things called bronze tails, and I don't know what they're for. Yeah, debuffs are strong. Random's kind of weird, but if you get AoE confused, that's pretty busted. When you have a large group of enemies. So I'm seeing the vision. And then obviously against bosses, he's just going to be buffing. Am I missing anything over here? Is there a way to get in the water? Like, granted, with that confrontation, we're killing them before they can act, but, like, if they were actually buffer, that's sick that they're all just confused. There is not a way to get down there. Alright. Oh, yeah, I need to search for bands. I gotta see what Harley and Edward do. It's best when you can pick the debuffs though, like just picking slow is really nice. Yeah, that's my ban failed. Okay, so that's not the way. That's kind of the thought process that I'm having, is like, yeah, okay, we have AoE haste, but is it better? Needs way to restore MP, then we be flat out busted. That's what makes Bard so good in, like, Final Fantasy XI Bard. I cannot explain to you, is like the strongest and most useful Final Fantasy job of all time, in my opinion. Obviously, doesn't really do damage, doesn't really do whatever, but it's like you can, depending on what you have, usually back in the day, it's like you can stack 2 songs defensively and then like as many songs as you want offensively. Obviously, 11 Bard and Red Mage are really crazy. Yeah, but Bard, yeah, yes. Bard's still more nuts. Like, not to discredit Red Mage, because Red Mage is nuts. But Bard, crazier. Because do you want to lower the enemy's resistance to an element? Or a debuff? Or, like, just anything you want. You want them to be more susceptible to sleep? Great. You want to sleep them? You can. Damage over time? Yes. You want them to be slowed? With a slow that stacks with like White Mage slow? Sure. You want to charm them like a Beastmaster? You got it. You want to haste the party? Sure. Want to increase the attack of the party? Great. Everything you can think of. The evasion of the party, the defense of the party, the MP, the HP. Like, your intelligence, your mind, your what, like, that job is nuts. Sounds amazing. It's cracked. And then I'd say recently, but it's probably within the past 10 years, so it's not like recently, they added weapons to the Bard now. Because before, you could have a max of 2 songs on a single party member. But you could, like, you could mess with it, because it wasn't like, because the way 11 works, where you can actually control where you stand, you can also control, like, who gets hit by what. So, like, you can run all the way forward and give all of your damage dealers attack up and haste, and then run all the way back and give all your mages, like, MP and their stats. So, like, you could still split it up. Now, they have weapons that allow you to put up to 4 songs on people. So it's just disgusting. What's the matter? Nothing. Nothing at all, my lord. Your color does not look so well. I'm just a bit tired, that's all. There's no need to overwork yourself. We'll turn back. No! I just need a moment's rest. That'll be more than suffice. That will more than suffice. Let's make a camp here for now. You got it. So yeah, that job is nuts, and this is crazy. And with that side eye pick, I like it. Feeling better? Yes, my lord. We'll arrive in Kaipo shortly. Just hold on a little longer. What do you think her deal is? All right, what music's back? What up? Oh yeah, I was looking for bands. I don't care if she has blue hair and glasses, she can do what she wants. Based. Beast of the land. They still have full MP. What? It says that it uses 20 MP, but they have full MP. Is this restoring MP? It doesn't say that it does. It just says it gets rid of status elements. No, that time it used it. So was it just because of discovery? Like when the first time you use a band, it doesn't use MP? Because I was about to say, I was like, we might have found our broken thing. Was the last one your first time using it? Yes. That's my theory. And this probably be crap? Yeah. No, it would totally be crap, but it's something to like keep in mind for later. Because the other thing too is like, you know what else is crap? Harley. Because she has piercing sight. Which I'm not sure what it does. One of the times that I used it, it said it added an elemental weakness to the enemy. My suspicion initially was like, does this thing dispel? I guess it'll probably tell me in the menu, right? Removes magic effects as weak point. So it is dispel. So that's actually good, because initially when I used it, I was like, it's adding elemental weakness to things, and I don't have a way to do magic. Characters, these guards are here for long haul because our characters aren't ready for combat. That's true. But now that I know it's dispel, that's pretty cool. Dispel on demand. All right. But yeah, I think that might be the only band we have, but I can look it up. I have to go open that tab again. It has a list of everything. Yep, it's the only one. But it's like benedictions, like AoE heal and removes all status effects. That's pretty great. That's good to know. It's a good one. Is this where I came from? I think it is. I think I got turned around. But yeah, it's also, when you use a band, the MP gets pulled from each character. Yeah. So it's like 40 MP for AoE full heal and status effect removal. That's pretty decent, I think, right? This party's just not super interesting because we don't really do anything other than the auto attack. Yeah, currently I'm not seeing much of a future for Harley. I don't think she's gonna make it to the next part of the game. For like potential party members. Ether. Gonna leave her behind? Yep. Even if she had bluer hair and bigger glasses, it wouldn't save her. Bronze tail, I don't know what those are. Remedy, Pearl Whisker, Chain Whip. She's a Belmont? Alright. Think she's better suited to throwing money in the King's Problem than our enemies? I agree. Not that she's like can't be a cool character story-wise, just when it comes down to like, do we have to fight Exdet or Zeromus again and like save the world? Yeah. Do we want her there to do it? And take Rydia's spot? No. How do I get up there? I must have to go around. Right? Yeah. I'm ready to be out of this dungeon. Nothing's happening. It's driving me insane. And the experience points we're getting is like Schwarbage. Get 100 experience points. All right, let's work our way over there. Like, we have a bard, and there's like almost no reason to use any of his songs so far. Like, I'm sure like it'll get tougher, we'll get better enemies, we'll be in a different zone, but like, come on, man. Especially this is like the 6th episode or something. It's like I've already been doing this for a while. I think the story being split up too much is kind of rough. Like, it's a cool idea, I guess, but nah, man. It's a little too redundant to be like level 5 again. You know who did the split viewpoint gameplay thing the best? Final Fantasy IX. Hey there, I'm a collector and I love to collect rare tails. I'll trade you 1 silver tail for 5 bronze tails, or 1 gold tail for 5 silver tails. Not FF13? No, FF13 is... 6 did it very well too. How often do you split up in 6? I feel like my memory is telling me that it happens kind of... Maybe it doesn't happen as often in 9. Maybe it happens as frequently. I haven't played 6 in a long time. Or 9, for that matter. Quote unquote, famously, not huge. Not big on 6. I think it's fine, but not super interesting. Alright, so there's a boat. You headed for Baron? Sorry, I don't have the ship rigged up quite yet. How was staying in Kaipa until we're finished? Roger. How often is the story split up in 6? I'm trying to remember. I just remember... No, I don't know. In 6, you could normally have to make a couple parties to walk through the same dungeons. I love that. Okay. Yeah, so I just don't remember. Harley? Kablanc. Harley! She's got the Rosa sickness. Yep. Your Highness. That's desert fever, no doubt about it. Happens to people on long journeys all the time. First they get fatigued, then the fever hits the second they set foot on sand. Then we must get a sand pearl. Oh, you know about those? I've only heard about them from my grandfather's old tales. There's a monster known as an antlion that lives in a cave near Mount Hobbs. Supposedly you can get sand pearls when it lays eggs. Also heard that antlions only lay eggs during a full moon. I'll leave right now to bring the one back. Would you be able to watch her until then? Of course, we'd better give up the idea of leaving today. Get some rest first. We can't be getting sick too. That's true. All right, so it's the same deal. Anna, tell it. It's been quite a while, hasn't it? What game is this? The After Years? I think it's in the title, isn't it? On YouTube? Sorry, I didn't see that message earlier. It's Final Fantasy IV, but it's the sequel. Anna! Anna, why must he be so sad? Is this his dream again? He's actually there this time, though. Can't even tell that, you spoony bard. Tell her! Anna wants you to live, Edward. What? What do you mean? I'm alive as I've ever been. Take a good hard look at yourself and tell me whether that's really true. What? You know what to do. You know what to do! Tell her! Watching this in Xenosaga 1, man, I hate the Xenosaga series. That's the Namco one, right? With the robot ladies. I want to say 3 times you had to make unique parties to clear an area. They did an early separation with 3 parts and new characters coming together. That's pretty good. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. It's been a hot minute. What's the one of the main characters of that? It's like Cosmos or something, right? I only really know about that game because I would see it in Game Informer, or no, I would see it in PlayStation Magazine, free Game Informer, and it would get reviewed like fine, and then they threw a bunch of Cosmos stuff into Soul Calibur. Cosmos and like 6 other very hateable characters. Highness. I'm sorry, this is all my fault. Don't be ridiculous, just stay in bed for me. I'll bring back the medicine you need. You wouldn't have happened if I hadn't forced you to take me. Hey, lady, chill. Please, be careful. You are traveling to Antlines then, yes? Yes. Let us accompany your highness. No. I need you to stay here with Harley. But my lord! Please, I'll be all right. Yes, your highness. This is my own problem, one that I'll fix myself. Oh, are we doing it? You know, I feel like something like this happened years ago. Come to think of it, you do look awfully familiar. I'm the king of your kingdom. What? What are you talking about? I don't know, I just picked up. Dark Harp. I mean, what are the chances that I'm going to find a harp? High, but whatever. I guess I should sell some stuff. Long sword, Lamia harp, leather cap. Silver armlet, I'm gonna hold on to. Yeah, I've never messed with Xenosaga. Not Xenosaga. What is it called? It is called Xenosaga. It's really confusing because there's Xenoblade. Is this really happening? We meet with some friends that'll help. I mean, they're probably not going to let me cook. They should, but they're probably not going to let me cook. Xenogears, Xenosaga, Xenoblade. Okay, good. And then it gets extra confusing when you start thinking about Saga and Gears, and then it's just like, Antlions don't lay legs unless there's a full moon. Is that romantic? Yeah, no, I know how that works. Why can King Edward not let go of the memory of Edward? Oh, my bad. Everyone needs to mind their own goddamn business. Yeah, there was just too much going on with RPG names because it just was very confusing for me. All right, bronze breastplate. Silver breastplate. The item he's using now doubles the effectiveness of healing items. It's difficult. Let's see here. He's kind of redundant, isn't he? So, like, you can use Bard Song to heal the party, like a 2 in 5 chance. You could use Salve to heal the party, guaranteed. I don't really know what to do with his items. Because, like, Bard's Tunic resists silence, but the defense is terrible. So it's like, we probably need a solution there. Because he's just going to get his ass beat. The doubling effectiveness, I think it's one of those things that, like, we'll have to experiment a little bit. Because, like, Rune Armlet protects against silence. So that I can replace his body piece. And, like, we're just not getting double effectiveness on items, which is probably fine, because I think I'm only really going to use Salve for Phoenix Downs. Do I Final Fantasy 6 with numbers? Yeah. Yo, what up? Welcome. Alright, this is where Challenge Way is. Wait, what? Lately, though, there's been word about bandits striking at merchants passing through there. We might make a new friend. Bandits? Alright, we're doing it. We're giving it a shot. Need to play more Mai and Street Fighter 6 today. She's been fun. I still haven't played Street Fighter 6, but Mai might be the thing that gets me to try it. TBH. She looks mid-tier, but fun as hell. I'm just ready for April, because that's when City of the Wolves comes out. The new Fatal Fury game. Mid-tier and fun as hell? Yeah, that's what we like. Alright, we're solo dolo. I think is how you say that. We're riding solo. Riding solo. Riding solo. Yeah, harp upgrade gonna help us get through this. I see now why the enemies are weak as hell. So that they can let Edward do this. Got it. The beta is February 20th. Really? There's a beta? Do I have to pre-order or something? I played it twice already, I think. Maybe once at EVO. I played it several times at EVO last year. It wasn't immediately fun. Is Final Fantasy Afteryears any good compared to the original? I would say so far it's as good as 4. To be honest, like, the one I'm playing is on PSP, and it comes with Final Fantasy 4, and then obviously this game. they feel like pretty much a direct continuation of each other, so I don't really see the difference. If you like Final Fantasy IV, then you're gonna like this game. It doesn't really do anything too different. I think it'd be really difficult to find someone who likes Final Fantasy IV and then doesn't like this game, because not terribly much has changed. There's just more and cooler stuff. That's my take anyway. I'm probably passing on the game. It looks a bit Kusage, but I'm down to watch it. It looks trashy? Oh no. How is that possible? The game looks solid as hell. It just like, compared to KOF where you kind of like fly at people, it doesn't automatically feel that way, but I didn't have enough time to play with it. It's the depths of City of the Wolves seems like it's gonna be, has potential to be like a really amazing game. I was just sharing, like, first impression is like, it's not immediately fun. Like, as in, like Tekken is like immediate, like you do shit and things happen, you're like dope. City of the Wolves kind of feels complicated when you first play it, because there's a lot of things. There's a heat gauge, rev heat gauge mechanic thing, and a super gauge, and probably a block gauge, and a top system, and yeah. Have you played any of the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster yet? No, I haven't actually. I think they made a physical version for Switch, so I should go pick that up. Actually, that's a lie. I played the Pixel Remaster of Final Fantasy 1, and it was okay. It was like the easy mode of the PlayStation version. But it was beautiful and everything worked, so that's cool. Well, everything worked game-wise. It doesn't work really well on phones. I would never buy any of those on Android. It was pretty rough. On Google Play, I wouldn't do it. But yeah, I think on Switch they have a box now. You can buy like a physical copy that has all 6 Final Fantasy remasters. Understandable, there's quite a few mechanics from what I heard. Yeah. I hope they have a tutorial like Guilty Gear did, because I don't know if you were there, like, I know you were there for Guilty Gear Strive, but I don't know if you were there specifically for like the first couple, like the first week or two that the game came out. I was in the tutorial for like 3 days of streaming, right? So it's like 10-ish, 12-ish hours. And I had like a notebook, and we were writing everything down. It was like, what's a purple Roman cancel? What's a yellow Roman cancel? What's a blue one? What do you do this? What do you do that? Because I feel like without the tutorial, I would have been hella confused with Guilty Gear for a while. Mechanically, obviously the game makes more immediate sense. Because, you know, you swing anchor and people explode, and you're like, I understand how that works. But if City of the Wolves has like a good tutorial system that actually like teaches like all the mechanics, I think we'll be fine. But yeah, going back to the remaster stuff, because I have so many versions of Final Fantasies on older hardware, there was less incentive for me to pick up Pixel Remaster, other than just to support Square. I can't remember if KOF even has a tutorial. No. KOF doesn't have anything. You just arcade mode, story, versus. They have really, really, in KOF 15, very limited trial system, like mission system, like far more limited than KOF 13. It's rough. Final Fantasy 3 Pixel Remaster is really good. You should check it out. I'm about to my second playthrough. You know what? Of all the remasters, that's probably the one. Because the only version of Final Fantasy 3 I've played is the DS / PSP version, so like the 3D remake. So playing a 2D version of that game feels correct because it's what I missed out on before. So like I'm actually really excited to try that. The other remaster that I'm really hyped into looking into is Final Fantasy 2. And the reason why is because Final Fantasy 2 is, I like it a lot on the PlayStation version. Granted, I haven't played the PSP version, so that might be great. But assuming that the remasters have like an auto system like this game does, that's like the one problem that 2 has, is that it's just too slow. Because like the way that the game's mechanics work for like leveling up your skills and stuff, I don't hate that. I've never hated that. But it was just infinitely slow on the PlayStation 1 version. But yeah. No, I don't know. I don't think KOF had a tutorial, but like City of the Wolves needs it. Like City of the Wolves is SNK's Street Fighter. You know what I mean? Like they have to go hard. Like they have to like do the, hopefully, I'm hoping they do the thing. I'm hoping there's like a whole in-game tutorial system that's like, this is what all these things are. And I hope it's fun as hell. This kind of has to be successful for them. Yeah. Like I just hope that it has all the things at once. Like being SNK, I'm sure like their target sales are probably not like crazy. Am I backtracking? What am I doing? I think I'm going the right way. Yeah, we're killing it. Interested to see how Ken and Chun-Li look in the art style. I forgot they're going to be in the game, to be honest. I'll play Chun-Li. I'll play Mai in Street Fighter and Chun-Li in Fatal Fury. That sounds great. Alright, nothing. Should I read her journal now that she's gonna die? Is that cool? I can't rest here for free. This is my own room. All right, reading the diary. That moon has shown itself once more. Are those terrifying days of war about to stage a return? The peace we enjoy today is wholly a product of King Edward and his companions. Military might is not what will drive our kingdom in the future. Education and science are the true catalysts. I believe this so fervently that I traveled to Troa and devoted my younger days to study. This and nothing else allowed me to attain the position of Royal Secretary that I enjoy today. I heard Final Fantasy 2 is called the black sheep of the bunch. Is it any good before I give Pixel Remaster a shot? I'm very biased. I played it when it came out on PlayStation 1 in North America in like 2000. And I personally enjoyed it. Final Fantasy V is probably a better game. Final Fantasy 3 might be more fun for the remaster. But yeah, it is. I would agree that it's the black sheep. I personally like it, but I know that a lot of people don't, and that's fine. The reason why is because it doesn't have any of the traditional systems. So there's no job system. The leveling system is like not really real. The way everything happens in that game is via skilling up. So you only get more HP if you get hit. You only get more MP if you use MP. You only get more attack if you attack. You only get more black magic if you do black magic, etc. so forth. And that can make the game seem really grindy. But story-wise, it's pretty interesting. And there's a lot of customization you can do with the game. And if it has quality of life features like auto, that's probably why it's really good. But yeah, I mean, obviously you should just try things and then like make your own judgment. Because like I've learned, especially when it comes to, like, movies are like the obvious thing. Games are kind of weird because sometimes like whatever, but like the thing I really learned is with movies. Like I just can't take anyone's word for anything anymore. And probably should never have to begin with. Same kind of deal, where it's just like people will be like, this movie was whack. Like people were like, oh man, Wicked's so cool. And I'm like, all right, saw Wicked, it was fine. And they're like, oh man, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is whatever. And I watched it and I was like, it's better than Wicked. I don't know. Not that Wicked's bad, just like more fun. And that's just how it is. But yeah, I like 2 a lot. The reason why I think it's good to play as a pixel remaster though is because it is probably the least popular one, other than maybe 3. Playing the remaster of it is probably like very cool because like you get to try to experience the initial vision, and they probably fixed everything in that game too, so I'm excited. This and nothing else led me to attain the position of Royal Secretary that I enjoy today. King Edward is too kind to me. My duties are stressful, but I find every day in this castle to be rewarding. If I could have it so, I would want this life for myself forever. A life free of war and strife. It may be my imagination, but ever since that moon returned to the sky, the soothing, reassuring notes from King Edward's harp have taken on a timbre of deep sadness. Oh, full moon time. Time to go to the Antlion Cave. Alright, so was that an abuse of power? Yes. Is it okay to kind of be a sociopath when playing RPGs? Sure. They put in the game for a reason. Well, here I am, the Antlion's den. Somewhere deep in this cave, the Antlion should be laying its eggs when the moon is full. Moon is full right now. Let's fucking boogie. I was here. This is the first place I went. That sounds crazy. What sounds crazy? Final Fantasy 2? We played it. I guess it like predates, like, I played it before I started, like, in 2017. I guess it's due to get revisited again. Everything's due to be... Dude, like, my backlog is so funny because, like, we'll play a game and then by the time I, like, actually get around to playing, like, a few other games, I'm just like, man, it's been a few years since we played Final Fantasy 3. Shit is never ending. I have to, like, really stay... It's funny, like, with a hobby like this, like, you have to have discipline. You know how silly that is? Like, I have to be disciplined to get through games, to play the next game, to experience the things. It's like... Marvel Rivals came and fucked everything up. But I'll tell you what. I ranted about it a little bit. I'm extremely grateful to Marvel Rivals. Extremely grateful. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. Because that game is fun as hell. And why am I grateful to a game just because it's fun as hell? Because there's been a lot of games recently that are not fun as hell. That I've kind of, like, as dumb as it sounds, like, maybe forced myself to play. And then because Marvel Rivals was just insane, ridiculous, addictive fun, it, like, reminded me what it's supposed to feel like when you buy a game. And if the game's good. Because I had forgotten. And that's why I'm grateful, because it kind of like reminded me like, oh yeah, like especially like as an adult, like, and the way that a lot of like, you know, just a lot of companies that I grew up with maybe not doing so hot these days. And it was free. And it was free! Everything worked! And it had like paragraphs of story and cosmetics and all these cool things, and it was free! It was like a dose of, it was like a reality check of like, oh yeah, like, because I'm so used to the hype cycle, you know, like the marketing of a game and getting excited and being like, oh man, holy shit, look at Warlink looks so cool. I can't wait for Tekken 8. And then I'm like, Tekken 8's here, and I'm like playing it, and I fucking don't like the story mode, and I don't like the heat system, and I'm like, well, at least it looks cool as fuck, and the music's good, and I fucking hate the stages, and I'm like, well, I love Tekken, I grew up with Tekken, I must love this too, and I'm just having a fucking terrible time, and I'm like having a good time when I hang out with friends, because, you know, fighting games. But really, that's more so the company than the game itself. Like, we could have fun playing fucking checkers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. And then, you didn't like Tekken 8 story mode? No, I didn't. I thought it was fine, but I kind of forced myself to get through it. Perfect, now back to Harley at once. Well, that was easy. Mostly because I already cleared this place before. Oh, this is not where I need to go. My very first Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 5, but out of the two Final Fantasies, Final Fantasy 5 is my favorite. I was talking about Final Fantasy 5 the other day. Final Fantasy 5 is like in contention for the best one. The only thing that it doesn't have going for it very well is the story, which I will have to revisit because as we've learned with Final Fantasy IV, a lot of things that I remember from my youth, I remembered wrong. So like, there's potential that like maybe Final Fantasy V is like a little bit more interesting story-wise than I give it credit for. Probably not though. I think it's really just like villain of the week kind of. It's like a Sailor Moon plot. Like, Exdeath is here. He came on a meteor. He's just a bad guy. He's an evil tree, and he wants to destroy everything. He wants everything to be in the void. That's it. Maybe your dad and his friends beat him before, but I don't even think they beat him before. They beat something before. But now this guy's back, and he's a tree, and great. Or maybe you're from space. I think that's what it is. I think your parents are from space, or where Exdeath is originally from, and that's it. Everything else in that game is just like, the gameplay is great. What's your favorite out of the series? 8, I think, is number 1 for me. Just because of how I like the story and the characters, and how quickly you can break the game and customize your characters, like, immediately. Like, within the first 3 hours of the game, you can break the junction system wide open. I like 11 a lot. You could probably put that to the side, but I think, like, if you talk about like mainline solo Final Fantasies, it's like 8, 8, 5, 9, and I haven't played 12 in a long time. I think my top 5 is 8, 5, 9, 12, and Tactics. I think that's my top 5. Oh yeah, we're going back to the water cave and all that. And then what I think I look for the most is like characters and story, sure, but it's got to be gameplay, because most of the game's character and story is great. The thing that I look for in gameplay is I guess you could summarize it as replayability. I need to be able to customize my team. Like, the thing that's not interesting about Final Fantasy IV is that once you get through the story, if you wanted to replay the game, there's really not much you can do to play it differently. Kane's still gonna jump, the best item's still the best item, everyone's gonna kind of do the same thing. Final Fantasy V and like 3 and like those kind of games are dope because like you can run through and make Bart so whatever. Like, oh, he's a Beastmaster this game. And then the next time you make him a Ranger. The next time you make him a Geomancer. Next time you make like it's just infinite fun. And that's like great because like you get to basically just take care with the game. That's so interesting to me. 8 is like that also, but there's no job system. You can just kind of do whatever because based on what summons you give them and what magic you go find, you just go and break your characters wide open. Also, the way the junction system works is like you basically make like a custom character, and then whenever you're in the story where it's like, all right, you're playing as Selphie and Zell, like you can just give your broken Squall setup to Zell and be like, he has all the things that Squall had. I really enjoy the job system of Final Fantasy V. It's fantastic. Final Fantasy 1 is cool for the same reason too, because from the rip of the game, you're like Monk, Thief, Red Mage, Red Mage. Red Mage, Red Mage, Red Mage, Red Mage. Warrior, Thief, Monk, Black Mage. White Mage. You just play through the game again. I haven't played the new version of 12, but when Jet played it, I was impressed with the complexity. We have to play 12 twice when we get to it, because from what I understand, not that one is bad and one is good, but from what I understand, 12 Zodiac Age and 12 OG are as different to each other as Final Fantasy 15 at release and Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition. It's the same game, but almost not the same game. 4 White Mages did that run. I did that run. It took forever. No, never gonna do that again. But yeah, it feels like very different. Oh, so these are the bandits. This is a rare visitor, isn't it? Who would have expected a rich nobleman coming through here? I'm not a rich nobleman. I am your king. Sorry, gentlemen, I don't have anything you'd be interested in. You liar! What about that shiny thing in your hand? That must be worth a mound of gold in the marketplace. Wait, this is Desert Fever medicine. It would serve you no purpose. Ah, so it is something valuable. Probably enough to give your life for. Oh, great. I didn't do anything. He just jumped right in. Let's go, Edward. You want here's a like a momentary take, by the way. In the moment, speaking of Final Fantasy 8, if Edward was funny, like if Edward was funny, he's kind of Laguna-ish, isn't he? But he's a spoony bard. Yeah, like he's definitely not, but like he does things sometimes. Marco Polo. Even stuff you buy in the shops is different. Yeah. Waterfall must be all the way here. I get straight ahead. I hope you're still hanging on, Harley. He's just like a goofy guy. But he's just not funny. That's his only problem. Anyway, I needed him to roll up and be like, I am your king! He didn't do that. Yeah, we have to play through 12 twice. The difference between 10 and 10 International is not huge. They just changed like the way that the things you unlock in the Spear Grid. It doesn't affect the game too hardcore. It just affects like the order that you learn things, from what I understand. So like, but 12 Zodiac and 12 regular. I mean, we have both, right? I have it here. So like, I have 12. Very normal. And then I have Zodiac Age on PS4, I think. And I think I asked you guys before, but like on the Zodiac Age, you cannot play the classic version of the game. I will praise 13 because once you hit the step, the game opens up so many possibilities. It was so fun for me. 13.2 is probably better for not having 24-hour linear run before the game gets fun. Yeah, I have never played 13.2 though. I'm looking forward to it. Wait, how do I get up? Why am I so confused? Obviously 13 hunts made the game for me. I played through 13. What did we play through? It was off stream. The wife and I played through 7 because she never played through 7 before. The original. This is during the pandemic. Sorry, my nose hairs are going nuts. We played through 7 and 13 because she never finished both. And then I remember ranting about 13. I hate that if your leader died in 13, it was just game over. Yeah, that's awful. That's very awful, by the way, because it makes it so that you can never use hope. A 4 monk run is basically suicide in Final Fantasy 1. So, I'll tell you the dumbest thing that my brother's done, and by dumbest, I also mean hardest. My brother did a solo thief run of Final Fantasy 1 on the PlayStation 1. So the way it works is you pick anyone, you have a thief, you let the other 3 party members die, and then you beat the game with your one thief. It took him like a couple of years of like playing off and on to get through it, but he did it. I don't know why. Like that doesn't like challenges sound fun. That sounds like a challenge that just isn't fun. It's just like, what is the point here? Because it's not like you're outplaying or it's skill based. It's just like, hey, do you have a lot of patience? And I remember him telling me that like the biggest issue was that when you go fight Astos, what he does off the rip, the Dark Elf, the bleeping Dark Elf, is he casts Death immediately. And you have to like reload the game every time until like the fucking 5% chance that Death misses. So, yeah. Because otherwise it's just game over. It's like, oh, okay. What was I gonna say about 13? I would rant a lot about 13 on stream. We're so happy you're safe here, my lord. Harley! The Sand Pearl. Let me see if I can remember this correctly. Speaking of like remembering things wrong in your youth, my take on Final Fantasy 13 when it came out on PS3, after I played it, was that the story's good, but the game sucks. That was the take then. And then I replayed it with Linda 4 or 5 years ago. And I was like, oh, my bad. The story's terrible. And the gameplay's decent. I don't know how I got it wrong. But like, isn't it? That's such a weird like when you play something 10 years later and you're just like, oh yeah, I got this all wrong. I don't know how, but all right. But it's also like things that were going on at the time. Like I think I played through 13 like pretty quickly because I was really excited for it to exist. So, like I got it day one. I played through it like every day. My deepest apologies. It's all my fault. No, Harley, you did nothing wrong, and I didn't read your diary. That'd be fucked up. Your Highness. Your Highness, you're awake. Luckily, this doesn't look like a case of desert fever to me. Now it's my turn, is it? I apologize for worrying you. You've gone halfway around the world for me, my lord. Why did you put yourself through this? You're the one who's pushing yourself too hard here, my lady. You just recovered from illness yourself, and yet here you are, staying up all night by his side. What? You promised me you wouldn't tell him. Harley, you didn't have to do that. I never see the word Lassie, Falsy, Army, another planet, something. What do I remember? Yeah, okay. Here's briefest synopsis of Final Fantasy 13 storyline. Sorry for spoilers. There are gods, and then there's a daddy god. Daddy god is gone. I forgot why he's gone, but he's just gone. That's the mythology. But there's gods, and the gods enslave or otherwise temper the humans to do things, and when they like super temper them, they become Lassie or Falsy or whatever. They become Lassie, and if they don't do what their gods say, then they become Falsy, and great. Anyway, so the plot is you have some gods that are warring with each other, and then there was a giant war, and then some gods won, and then the gods that won are chilling, and great. Then the story of 13 is the main final boss bad guy wants Daddy God to come back. But the only way for Daddy God to come back is if all the current gods die, because it's basically like their version of Ragnarok. However, they can't kill themselves because they're programmed to not commit suicide. So they enslave our human heroes, temper them as Lassie, and order them to kill the gods themselves. And the final confrontation is effectively, and the weird story is effectively the main god being like, I'll kill you, but like, you should kill me. And then Lightning being like, I'll never do what a god tells me to do ever again. I'm my own person. I have free will. And the god's like, great. But you should kill me anyway. And then Lightning's like, I'll never do what you say. I'll kill you. And the god's like, yeah, that's kind of what I want. I want you to kill me. And then she's like, no, I have free will and autonomy. I am my own person. I will do what I want. I will never be controlled again. I will fucking kill you. And he's like, yeah, no, that's kind of what I want. I want you to kill me. And then she's like, no. And then that's the third act of the game. And yeah, because when he dies, Daddy comes home, and then he can merge with Daddy and become a super god, and that's like his whole motivation. That's the game. The more interesting parts of the game are the character stories, like their own individual things, but the actual storyline of that game is terrible. Hope is cool, Vanille's cool, Fang's cool, Lightning's cool, Sarah's cool, Snow is fine. All their little side stories are cool. They're cool people. And then the story itself is fucking bad. I don't know. Of course I did. You brought me the Sand Pearl, and I mean, it's my duty as your secretary, my lord. Thank you, Harley. Did you play Final Fantasy 15? Final Fantasy 15 is a game about hanging out with your bros. I did. I played Final Fantasy 15, and I platinumed it, played it to completion. I really enjoyed it. But I played the Royal Edition, which is important to share because apparently the base game is terrible. So yeah, we were able to avoid that. All right. So now we're good to take the ship. Are we good now? All right, let's go to Barret. Aye, sir. I'm trying to think what Final Fantasies I haven't played. I haven't played the 10 spin-off, which is like a dungeon crawler thing. I haven't played Tactics Advance or Advance 2. I think what else. Type 0. 13-2, Lightning Returns. Where's Mr. Dolphin? I want to see Guilty Gear Cure. He was fun. Dude, that game is sick. But I stopped playing it one day and I never booted it up again. Oh, I was ranting about fighting games earlier. And Marvel Rivals. Strangers of Paradise, thank you. You haven't played Type 0? No, Linda 100%ed it, but I haven't played it. But she also 100%ed it when I was like, this is when I was in the Navy, I was in the military. So like, she was mostly playing while I was at work all day. So like, I'd see like maybe 30 minutes so she gets to a save point and then we'd hang out. So like, I don't really know a lot about it. She talked to me about it a little bit, but I gotta play it. I just beat Final Fantasy 3 Pixel Remaster, about to start 4. Luke07, who was in the chat earlier on YouTube, also is playing through Final Fantasy 3. I'm really excited to do Final Fantasy 3 Pixel Remaster at some point because I've only played the 3D version, the remake. I'm not sure about good game, but it was definitely fun. Guilty Gear? Or Type 0? Oh, Type 0, got you. I was like, both. Guilty Gear is both, good and fun. Type 0? Yeah. We'll see. Your Highness, what do you think about that moon? I think we're under attack, and things are really bad, and they're gonna try to take my woman from me again. Is that really the same moon? That same moon from before? The Lunarians. My god, my nose hairs. No! Alright, Golbez. The man in black, the one who once took Baron hostage and used to take the crystals. In the end, he left the planet along with his moon. You know about that? So it is true. Oh, like Edward hasn't told anyone. I simply conducted a little research of my own. How much more do you know? I know of a certain theories regarding magic and airships, claiming they were gifts from the moon, not discoveries made by people here. Yo, going from Final Fantasy 3 to 4 is gonna feel funny if you've never done it before. Because 3 is very much... They kind of did this thing where like 1, 3, and 5 give you a lot of freedom to cook and do whatever you want. And then like 2, 4, and 6, like you're very locked in, story focused, like your character only does this thing. And like with 6, you can kind of cook way more than you can in 4. But yeah. Fantasy 4 is going to feel more like 2 if you played that. I play Tactics on the Game Boy Advance so many times right now. I'm going to play through Tactics Ogre. I have Tactics Ogre also. I've never tried it. But this Moon, it looks different to my eyes. It's not the same one as before. Not the one I've ever seen in the past. I must agree. So there's a third moon. This isn't Golbez's moon. We're going to have 3 moons. Captain, Fabulian ship off our port side. I think I remember this happening. Haha, light up a show what we got, my lads. That wizard came from the moon? Yes. He came from, but they're saying like this is a third moon. This is not the second moon. Yang! The king of Fabul? My homie. Yes, you could not find a stronger or gentler monarch, nor one half so brave. Did you watch the State of Play from PlayStation Livestream? No. I was actually ranting about it a little earlier, where I was like, oh, here, let me finish my Marvel Rivals rant. After this cutscene, I guess. Edward, are you selling Baron too? Yes, that's right. Their destination is the same as ours? Indeed, Fabul has picked up on the same signs we have, no doubt. Ah, what a shot of confidence, knowing that he's on our side. Though something must be afoot in Baron after all. I'm leaning heavily toward our final party. Looking very much Yang, Ursula. Master Yang ships fall behind. What happened to them? Could there be some trouble on board? What's wrong, my lord? Are you cold? No, I'm all right. Hola, what's up, Blake? How's it going, buddy? Shouldn't we go back and check on them? No? All right, cool.
Thanks to it Heavy Cura for my sub gift.
You're welcome. What are you doing on Monday? Working, but maybe not really a lot because I don't think there's a match. Why, are you in town? Thought we get the Vegeta sub alert? No, you get that if you're within 6 months, I think. Or if you gift a sub. Alright, yeah, we don't need to go Kaipo. Just trying to get people for food Monday night? Yeah, if you're in town. Like, I would love to hang out with you. Even if it's a big group, I'll fucking tolerate whatever fucking entourage. If I get to hang out with you, that's fine. Fine, fuck it, whatever. I'll fucking hang out with people, I guess. But I'm only gonna be there to hang out with you and probably Martin. Alright, so I have to go to work soon. No Martin? Alright, no problem. Is he busy or just like... Hopefully there's no drama. If there's drama, I'm gonna break your fucking legs. All of your legs. All 4 of your legs. Anyway. I have to go to work soon, so let me just get some, he's in a state of emotion, I believe. Oh, well, do you want me to go beat him up? He's like my little brother. I'll go beat him up if you want. I can try to get him into ship shape. I don't have a lot of pull with him as I used to, because we're not like, we don't hang out too often, but I can go. bother him. It's kind of stopped hanging out with a bunch of people. Oh, yeah, I know all about that. Violence solves everything? Oh, I mean, if you're the older brother, yes. Oh, okay, no, I talked to him. I know what he's going through. I know what he's up to, and I know that he's good, and he's okay. So I got you. Yeah. I think it's the same, to be honest. I think he and I are in a similar place. Last we talked, it's just kind of like, I like this, and I don't like this. I like this part of my friendships and the way I feel, and I don't like the things that happen over here. I think we're in the same boat. But yeah, I see what you're putting down. Because yeah, we had a conversation, not to like overtell too much, especially to like random people, but it's like we did have a conversation. We're rolling credits already? Yeah, unfortunately. Quit Raid Jits of Samurai? I wish. There's not even on to raid, so maybe we can stall a little bit and then someone will show up and we'll figure it out. We'll get there. Anyway, so yeah, not to overtell, but it's like, yeah, I think he just got to the same place I'm at where it's just like, you know what I love? These people. You know what I don't love? The drama and the ethical fucking complications of all this other shit. It's just like, nah, man. Nah, man. That's not me. For it, as long as it's like, no, I'm for it. Fuck it, I'm for it. I think everyone should have autonomy over like the people they hang out with and not get too sucked into like family drama or friend group drama or whatever. Like, I think it's just not a healthy way to live, is like people becoming like codependent. It's uncool. But yeah, that's like my own take. I don't have words to put in his mouth. That's just how I've been, where I'm just like, you know who makes me happy? These people. You know who doesn't make me happy? These people, when they act like this. And they act like this all the fucking time. So guess what? We're gonna not hang out with them. Let's see here. Did you check out the Marvel Infinity mod? I did not. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity? I did not check it out. I should say I watched it. I didn't play the game. I think I'm not super interested in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, but Marvel Rivals. That's why I don't hang out with Abandon. That guy makes me feel bad. I mean, yeah, if that's the case, more power to you. All right. So here's the deal. Here's me finishing my Marvel Rivals rant, and then we'll run credits, and there's no one to raid. So he's always fishing. And I think I ran about this before, so I apologize. And like, it's gonna sound like a hit on some other games, but it's not. Everyone has different tastes, and that's fine. But this is what happened recently as someone who loves video games and is like, this is one of my, pretty much my only hobby and like my biggest hobby my entire life, other than like, I used to read a lot when I was younger, but I haven't really recently. Which I should get back into if I have time. But long story short, Marvel Rivals comes out. I play it for the sake of, I like Marvel a lot. I'm gripping Marvel, love Marvel. Fuck yes, I'm excited. I've never played a hero shooter. I don't really play shooting games in general. I'm not very good at it. I can't aim. But I also work as a manager for an esports team. It's a college team. So it's like amateur level. So I'm like, this is a good opportunity to play a game that's like Overwatch adjacent and get some experience and learn some things and whatever, right? Well, what happened was that I love that game. In its current state, live service games are tricky because in a year from now, it could be the worst game ever. But right now, I love that game. That game is incredible. Everything about it, from presentation, details, story, music, the in-between, it working, the online, controller support, everything about that game, specifically on PS5, by the way. I play on PC also, but like most of my experience is on PS5. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. I'm extremely addicted. I would think about it when I laid down to go to sleep. I would think about it when driving to work. I would think about it when driving back from work. I would think about that game constantly all the time. I would play it. I'd be addicted to it. It would fuck up my life because I'd be like, I have to go be productive. And instead I'm playing this game. I think you're in love. Yes, I am. I am. That's what I'm getting to. So what's happening? I think about it long and hard, and I'm like, this is a really interesting euphoric feeling, which I heard it a little bit like Overwatch. Never played Overwatch. I think it is pretty much a clone of Overwatch 1, but as a 90s kid who grew up with Marvel and loves characters and who doesn't fuck with shooting games, I love it. It's great. I had to uninstall it because I love it so much, and it was really ruining my life. I wasn't getting anything done. I was not being productive at all. So anyway, long story short, that experience has really actually done a lot of good for me. And like, sorry if this sounds too nerdy, but like, you know, it's a Final Fantasy IV after your stream, so like, what did you expect? Just more free, I guess? Yeah, I don't know. But the whole deal is like, not so much with the game itself, but like the experience of playing it and the euphoria of playing it is like, oh yeah, like it just reminds me of like why I'm like really excited, enthusiastic about games in the first place, and like the things that I liked, and like why I liked Final Fantasy so much, and why I like Tekken so much, and why I have all these experiences in games I'm into. And it made me realize that like those experiences happen less and less often. And I was kind of aware of that before, and I think it had commentary on that like very seldomly these days do I buy a game and I play it and I'm so hooked that I'm like, oh hell yeah, and I just grind and no life it until I explode because I'm having such a great time. Usually I play a game and I'm like, oh okay, and then I figure out how to get better at the game, and then I force myself to finish it. Not because I'm not enjoying it, but because it's just like, oh, okay, this is fine, I guess. But it's not amazing. But my Marvel Rivals experience was amazing. So then I had to think about not just video games. I love third person more than first person, so Rivals much more. My take is like third person makes more sense because like, if I'm playing as Captain America, I want to see Captain America punch a raccoon in the face. Too bad old Tekken doesn't have a competitive scene. Yeah, there's no competitive scene for old Tekken, and there's no remix of old Tekken to play old Tekken. So you can't do it, like you can't... With like KOF, because everything exists on Steam, you could make a dream match or a limited match tournament. You could make a 13 tournament. You could run that scene. It exists. You can't do it with Tekken. There's no re-releases. So like, and you're kind of getting at what I was ranting at before, but it's like, it made me really realize people just use Fightcade anyway. Yeah, but that's fair. But I imagine if you're gonna like run like a TNS type thing, you'd probably want to use the actual thing. Let me apologize to Brittany for being late. All right, because I have to be in a Zoom meeting. Anyway, that was Slack going off. For those of you who work in offices, that was the sound of Slack. Guilty Gear is one of the only old games that still shows up some majors. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, so not just with games, but with life in general, it made me really kind of look at like what I like and what I'm into. And I used to have this rant before forever because I felt this way for a while, but it's like I'm so sick of hype. I'm so sick of the marketing engine and hype and feeling a way and doing a thing of just being like, okay, like just being really, things actually being really good and like falling in love with them and doing it. That's why I had to drop Overwatch 1 because it just sucks too much of my life away. Because you loved it so much? Because it was really good? Because I go back and I'm like, what games have I played recently where like I couldn't turn away? Like it's like books, like page turners, right? It's like once you start reading, you're like, oh, I can't put this down. You're staying up late reading a book because you're just like you're so enthralled. Like it's just disturbing your life because it's so good, right? You see even Uninstalled Rivals check your schedule. Yeah. It's just important like to share like my lesson learned. Tekken 8 came out in February and I didn't like it very much. I love Tekken, I love the characters, but I didn't like the game very much. And I tried to like really have a lot of good discipline. Because with Tekken 8 in particular, like my aspiration was to be competitive and compete. I have aspirations of becoming semi-pro or professional. So I was like, I should really give this game a college try and kind of treat it like a job and put 3 to 4 hours into it a day and like really do all these things. But like, other than play with friends, I really don't like that game. And I was trying really hard to ignore social media because there was a lot of other people kind of saying the same stuff for a while, and I didn't want to be part of like a chorus of hate. That wasn't my aspiration. How's the moon? It's coming. We're all gonna die. I'm finishing my rant, and then I gotta... Hopefully someone logged on at 2 o'clock so I can raid them. I have to do a meeting with Brittany, but I'm making her wait because I'm a fucking terrible friend and coworker. Anyway, so problem is, let's speed this up. This is what I do all the time. Me and Kamen Rider, let's fucking go, right? So anyway, I don't like Tekken 8, and Marvel Rivals helped me really kind of learn that all the way. And also what helped me learn that is Final Fantasy Theatrhythm for the Switch. That was a game that it came out, I bought it, and as soon as I played it, I no-lifed Theatrhythm when I was home. The rhythm game with all the Final Fantasy songs, no-life the fuck out of that game. I had incredible fun from start to finish, just fucking had a blast. Was addicted, was great, whatever. Bought Sonic Frontiers, love Sonic, cool. I played like the first 3 hours of it on a flight. I tried to play it again at home. I really don't care. It's probably better than other Sonic games. It's not good. I don't fucking care anymore. I can't lie. I can't lie anymore. Because like a game like Marvel Rivals comes out and it makes me realize, what's up, Demon Pete? I'm great. I'm about to go offline because I have to go to work. But I'm mid-rant, so you know, classic rants. We hate the Sonic community. I love Sonic the Hedgehog. I love Sega. I think I'm gonna like Frontiers. But and it's not fair to do this because not every game should be an infinite banger. But I don't know. I don't fuck with the community. But like I'm a Sonic fan. I'm not in a fucking community. Just like I'm not in the fighting game community. I just fucking like King of Fighters. Like I don't want to go fucking hang out with you and hate on women. I just want to be good at King of Fighters. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm not in your community. I don't want to draw furries and fursonas and fucking have a DeviantArt anymore. I'm not 14. I don't need to be on DeviantArt. Anyway, that's a tangent. So, not every game needs to be fun as fuck. However, it's really amazing when a game is. And I'll tell you, the 3 fighting games that I played over the past 8 years that really did it, 4 fighting games that really did it for me: Tekken 7, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Guilty Gear Strive, King of Fighters 15. I fucking love King of Fighters 15. When I was practicing KOF for Evo, and I was like, I'm gonna do the 4-hour thing like I did with Dragon Ball. I partitioned my time. I was gonna treat it professionally. I fucking loved it. The entire time. I had a fucking blast. I love that game. I do that with Tekken, which is supposed to be my favorite game. I rage out. It makes me want to throw my fucking controllers across the room. And I love my controllers. I love Tekken. I'm supposed to love I fucking hate that game. I don't like it. I realize this. And it like I guess hate is a strong word, but it's just like I cannot forcing myself to play. It just doesn't make sense for a video game that's supposed to be for me to just make me unhappy. And what happens is, did you hate the heat system? Yes. I don't like the heat system. I don't like a lot of things. Let me tell you how much I'm disappointed by Tekken 8. I've never really ever played Virtua Fighter. And when they announced Virtua Fighter was getting an update and they were announcing Virtua Fighter 6, I was so fucking happy. Because I was like, oh my god, there might be a 3D game that's not fucking bullshit. And I was super hyped. Haven't seen you since the Deepu's end of service. Been doing all right. Became a dad for the second time. Congratulations on becoming a dad for the second time. That's awesome. Anyway, I gotta wrap this shit up. KOF 15 was fucking great. When I was younger, KOF 13 had the same magic pull for me. It made me realize that a lot of things with my life and priorities are kind of waste of time. And the only lesson that I learned that I wanted to convey is just let things happen. Like, I don't think I've been really excited about Final Fantasy since 12 came out. 14 1.0 I loved. 14 A Realm Reborn since then I don't really fucking care about. I like kind of force myself to play the game because I'm like, oh, it's part of my identity. But like, I think what I really learned is like, no, like you should just do what feels cool. Because otherwise, like, this sounds deeper than it is, and maybe most people don't think like this, but it's just like, a lot of things are just kind of a waste of time. And once you kind of realize that you can apply that to everything else in your life, and it's kind of like a full circle. Oh, I didn't tell you, I retired 14, I can't anymore. I can't anymore either. To be fair. The new expansion came out, we bought it. Linda and I haven't made any progress in it. We haven't even caught up from the last expansion. She doesn't care, and every time she plays her Black Mage, she's like, oh, I don't like this game. And she's right. So, it's the same thing, full circle. And also, conversation with Blake, with Alchiche in chat. You don't like people, don't hang out with them. Just because they're, you know, what, your mom? Fuck your mom. Your mom doesn't make you happy? Don't hang out with her. You don't have to hate her. Just fucking, you don't have to go fucking hang out with her. You don't like your friends? You don't have to hang out with them. That's the lesson. It all works together. It's just like, hey, you like, don't get stuck in shit. Don't be like, oh yeah, this is my thing. If people stress you out, things hurt your feelings, things are like taxing, it's like, no, just go do the thing you like. You don't like your job? Don't quit your job until you find a better job, but go find a better job. Do the thing you want to do. Don't get stuck. It's really funny because somehow I worked myself into a corner where I was just like unhappy with, not unhappy, but like just not satisfied with a bunch of stuff. And then it took like really a few positive things. Like my wife is like the constant like super cool person, so I'm lucky in that regard. But like everything else in my life can get kind of fucking boring or shitty or whatever. Yeah. That's what I said, and I meant it too. And I'll say it again. I don't give a fuck. As someone who friend broke up with their mom, like I love her. She's my mom. She's the best. But I'm not gonna fucking hang out with her anymore. She's crazy. Anyway, long story short, that I think that's the thing that I wanted to rant about and convey. And weirdly enough, Marvel Rivals wasn't the thing that taught me that lesson, but it was the thing that like reminded me of like, oh, like just do cool shit that you like. And yeah. That long story was not short. Don't lie to us or yourself. That long story was not short? What?